Alright, so here we are at rootstock number 2. This time we're going to try a European plum. And still on a St. Julian rootstock. I'm going to try something different that I didn't see on any website or in any book. What I'm going to do is, this scion happens to be about half the diameter of the rootstock base here. And so I'm going to try to scrape out some of the bark on 2 pieces of scion wood and tape those 2 together so that they'll essentially be fused together. And then I'm going to do whip graft, the same one we did on the other one, but this time, since it'll be roughly the same diameter as the rootstock, we'll do a diagonal cut across the rootstock and a diagonal cut across the 2 fused scions, and we'll see if they made up exactly together. So the first thing we need to do here is do our fuse that I'm talking about. So I'm going to get some fresh cuts on here with 3 buds. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 4 buds. Might be better, because the bottom one might get cut off with the whip cut that we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one like that. And I got a better tool to do the straight cuts. It's just some garden shears here. And then I'm going to do this one. 1, 2, 3 buds there. And it's about the same height as that. Okay, so I've got my razor knife here, and let's see if we can do this. This is the top here, and looks like they'll fit together nicely. Alright, so let's try this. So I'm just going to whittle away some of this bark right here. Okay, so you want to hold this together? Alright, so what we've done is we've squeezed them together real tight. Then we're using the tape to hold them. They kind of sandwich together actually pretty nicely. So now, if you can see, what I'm going to try to do is make this diagonal cut this way, and maybe we can get that to fit together with the rootstock here. Alright, so let's cut our rootstock. Cut our scion, starting from our fuse and then going diagonally down. Okay. Okay, and that looks like it's going to match up pretty nicely. And so now we need to get a little tongue on each side. Okay, so there's our tongue there. Let's see if I can get a tongue on this without cutting myself. Okay. Okay. That looks like pretty much a perfect mate right there. We're going to squeeze these two bottoms together, and then we're going to tape it up. Oh, and I should say that, or mention that one of the reasons I went with the black tape is because I saw a couple people online say that the black tape gets the heat just a little bit higher in the graft, and that promotes the harder graft, I guess. The harder wood to grow. So we'll see if that actually happens or not. I've kind of covered up all of my buds, so hopefully there's enough exposed here to actually take off.
One there and one there.
Yeah, I can count maybe 3 of them, but I'll have to be real careful with my pruning spray to make sure I don't cover them up. So I'm just peeling back this tape a little bit so that we can expose that bud real nicely. Just trying to paint up all of these exposed surfaces here. Here we are for the 1-month follow-up on the second graft. This is where we did the what I called the fused whip graft, where we fused these 2 scions together and then we put it in as a whip graft on the side of this rootstock. And as you can see, we don't really have much evidence that this is taking. We'll have to wait another month and see how it does. It doesn't look like the scions are dead yet, so I'm gonna give it more time. And there's also no evidence that the rootstock is alive. There's no shoots coming off of it either, so it might just be a bad rootstock, but we'll see. Give it another month. Here we are at the second graft, and this is the 3-month checkup on it, and this one is also doing very, very well. It got attacked by some aphids recently, so that's why the leaves are curling up at the end. I went ahead and sprayed that with some malathion, and so you can see it's starting to recover from that aphid attack. This is the European plum that we grafted onto the St. Julian rootstock. We used what I was calling a fused whip graft, and it's very successful so far. We've got about, I'd say, 9 inches of growth, it looks like. Maybe on this other one over here about maybe 12 inches.